Hey, babe, can I get some drink?
Yep.
Thank you.
Turn it.
It's not working.
I'm trying to find the charger specifically for that.
Oh.
Yeah, that's all right.
You know, a lot of people have been talking about this red line thing. I think I 100% have passed my red line in
Me too. Yeah.
knowing the worst human rights crimes I have ever heard of in my entire life. I try to look back in like Greek history and Roman history, looking in our wars, you know, looking into any wars. And, you know, I don't believe from all my research over the years of studying history and specifically history of warfare, I don't think I ever heard of this one. So in case you haven't been looking at my page today, or in case you haven't been looking on the internet, the IDF are complete and utter just satanic monsters, trash, and the human race needs to come together and completely denounce the state of Israel. After what I just heard about an hour ago, to the point where I've just been so fucking traumatized that I've just been shaking my head and dissociating, because I've never heard of something so incredibly fucking horrific. Like, can anyone, let me just say what it is, but like, before I say it, like, can anyone in history, okay, have you ever heard of an army raping civilians with dogs? Ever in history? Like, I've like, even serial killers, I even look in there, I can't recall any stories. I think this is the worst crime I've ever heard of in mankind. I don't think there's anything more that could be the most dehumanizing, horrific, terrible thing. Not only were they doing it to grown men, they were doing it to the children. And it's gotten to the point now that the United States, when people are trying to come from Israel, are asking, why would you cause such atrocious war crimes? First of all, I don't think we should let anyone in the state of Israel into our country. The state of Israel has officially become the worst monsters in all mankind. I posted a picture of a man today, and his eyes, if you haven't seen it, you can see it. It's there's no life in that man. There's no life in this man. Yeah, exactly, Chubby. How does the human brain even go to such places to think of? I don't know.
Yeah, exactly.
I don't know. I've never heard anything like that before, and
you gotta think
just hearing it has completely traumatized me to the point where I have to make a decision for myself as just a conscious human being. Like, if you support the U.S. government and Israel or any country that supports Israel in any way, I want nothing to do with you. If you support Trump after hearing this stuff, knowing that Trump is good friends with Bibi Netanyahu, because he knows this stuff is happening, I want nothing to do with you. I want absolutely nothing to do with you if you're supporting the U.S. government or Israeli government after this, the German government, the French government. I don't care. Like, if you are still supporting someone who's supporting Israel, I want nothing to do with you. There's something really fucked up in your head. If you're supporting leaders who would support this man, I want nothing, absolutely nothing to do with you. And if you give me any excuse on why you're going to vote for this man, and that includes Biden should be in handcuffs, being sent to the Hague right now. Same with the top officials in the Pentagon, the FBI, the whole Biden administration should be completely put in prison right now for international war crimes and crimes against humanity.
Right.
This is such horrible fucking shit. Who do we vote for? No one. It's over. The game is over. The country game, it's over. It's done with.
Don't vote.
Why would you vote? What's wrong with you? Why would you want to support a genocidal, bestiality, rapist culture?
Oh, God.
The IDF are raping men and children with dogs. If that doesn't horrify you.
Leave humanity if it doesn't.
No, you don't belong to humanity. If that doesn't horrify you to the very pits of your being.
Correct.
If that doesn't traumatize you, there's something wrong with you, and I want nothing to do with you.
I totally agree.
You are not human. That is the worst unspeakable act I have ever heard in my entire life. And these babies, they're coming back and there's no life in their face. They're just traumatized to the point where their eyes are just these two dark pits of darkness that just you could see it in their eyes that they've seen the worst of humanity. And really, anyone who is supporting these governments at this point, and I will declare this in the name of Jesus Christ, I pray to Jesus Christ that you will shortly perish from the earth, because this is not how humanity conducts itself. The Lord will take all of you evil ones out of the world. You don't deserve it. They don't deserve it. The IDF don't deserve their lives for the lives they've destroyed. I mean, could you imagine that day in, day out, going through that stuff? Being raped and tortured every day. I'm a rape survivor. Was the females not thrilling enough for you guys anymore? What the fuck? Like, seriously, what the fuck?
Could I ask what happened to real liberals? Because I remember when I was a liberal, I would never, ever fucking be sitting here right now without talking
Here,
about...
I'll let this pointed at you. I'm just like to the point where this is
I'm just
disturbing upon all levels.
I'm just trying to figure out where the real liberal Democrats are. Because if I saw this happening when I was a Democrat back in like 2004, I would have said, how the fuck is this administration supporting this shit? Joe Biden is supposed to be a Democrat, and the Democratic Party is supposed to be the party of let's fucking stop warring. It was. That was part of the reason that I was for it, because I grew up in the time of George W. Bush, it was war after war with the Republican Party. So the Democrats were the ones to go, hey, fuck all these wars. You guys were liars. You supported all of them anyway. Like Biden supported Iraq, supported Afghanistan. He supported the Mideast wars because he's a fucking banker. He was the senator from Delaware, which is the banking capital of America. So he was bought off by bankers then. Biden. He says he's from Scranton. Bullshit, you're from Scranton, Joe. You lived in Delaware most of your life. I'm a scrappy Scranton kid. You're full of fucking shit, Joe. You work for the banks. They're all dirty. Yeah, exactly. There'll never be peace. They won't allow it. Yeah, pretty much, man.
No, the state of Israel
needs to come back.
The state of Israel needs to be completely dismantled.
It is. It's going to be. Because the prophecy is going to come true now that all of the Arab nations come down to take a spoil of Israel, and they earned it. What you don't really fully understand in the Bible is that the land of Israel over there is going to be fully satanic at the time of the end, which is now.
That's why the Bible said, beware of them that call themselves
Yeah.
Jews, but are really a synagogue of Satan.
That's the most important Bible verse for now. Is the book of Revelation talking about the synagogue of Satan. That's the absolute most important verses in the Bible right now, because there's a couple of them. The synagogue of Satan is mentioned a couple times in Revelation. That's what you're dealing with at the helm of the leadership of the world, pretty much. Do you get this? That's why it's all coordinated war, because they're all for the war, because they're going to make money at the death and they're going to make money on the victory.
Butters, I don't matter. This is more important. Like, we don't matter. This is more important. Thank you for the concern.
You're sweet.
We don't matter. Like, this has been extremely eye-awakening from me, because I thought maybe we could turn things in peaceful means, but after hearing this, I don't think there's any way these people are going to listen. They're completely gone.
Yeah. No, thank you, Chubby, for that. And I'll say I feel fine. I'm all right. I'm okay. Like, in terms of my physical health and stuff, I feel better than I have probably ever in my life, so I'm good.
No, I get that, Chubby, but this has to be said. This has to be seen. This has to be passed. People are losing their lives for this information to be pushed forward.
We have an obligation because of the name we took. All right? We took that name after G-Man did what he did. Shanny was like, yeah, let's take it. So there's an obligation under the name to do what we're doing.
It's a mantle.
Yeah. It is. So that we're calling ourselves this now. If we didn't talk about this, your blood's on our hands if we don't warn you about this. Which is why you can't support any government now. None.
They've gone too far at this point.
Because even the ones that appear to not be a part of it are. That's what you need to know. Because really all this goes back to the Vatican. That's the cancer, okay? That metastasized around the world, the divine right of kings.
It's always been the cancer.
Yeah, it's metastasized across the planet, and now that's why it's in Revelation that you have to come out of her, which is everything. It's all organized religion and government.
That's correct, Matt. The rapture is coming, so many will flow. Yeah, we're there.
We're very close.
We're so there.
Dude,
we're so fucking there.
Really, really close. Yeah, to the resurrection. Yeah. I don't even like calling it the rapture anymore because
it's not biblical, really.
It's a bad thing to call it because it's been so dramatized and made into a movie thing. It's the catching away. It's the gathering together in the sky. That's much more.
It's the separation of wheat from the tares.
You really want to come down to it, it's resurrection day. It's when you get your new body. And if you're alive, remaining on the planet, when that happens, you're transformed and you appear with the rest.
I'm not brave, I'm human, and this is just... I'm not brave, I'm just human. This is just something that humans do for other humans.
But the thing with this specific issue, how do you train dogs to do that?
I don't want to know. The animal rights activists really need to stand up too right now, because these animals are being abused as well.
Yeah.
And I'm not for the abuse of animals, dudes. I love animals. They're babies.
I just have never heard of any war tactic in history where they utilize animals to sexually assault people.
No.
I've never heard of that.
Especially with children.
Yeah. Yeah.
But this is like, these aren't even soldiers. These are civilians.
I know.
That's the difference. These are just plain fucking civilians. These are just me and you.
Thank you for those kind words, Freak for Jesus 420.
Yeah, thank you guys.
You don't give yourself enough credit.
Thank
dude.
You.
Golden cups, one poured out blood, the other poured out silver coins. That's right out of Revelation, Matt. Did you know that? There's a scene like that, exact scene in Revelation that happens in the heavens when the tribulation. You're in the Great Tribulation right now, guys. Do you know that? I think the start of the war in Gaza and the West Bank is the beginning of the Great Tribulation. I think it is. It's the last 2.5 years.
Why? I just don't understand
Sorry,
how
3.5.
you guys think the world is any kinder or crueler than it has been all these years. Because I've studied warfare.
Yeah, me too.
And I've never heard anything like this.
Not that.
No.
The Christians in the Colosseums were ripped apart by animals. Yeah.
Not that.
Not raped.
No.
How do you train an animal to do that?
You're starting to worry me. It's not my time.
Okay. All right. Michael, stand up. You know what I mean? Like, well, are you going to see more dead babies? It's time for Michael to stand up. Are you fucking kidding me? Sure it is. Stand up.
Stand up.
It's ridiculous and insane. It's enough you have a beheaded friggin' baby. That's enough. Or the head exploded on the child, you know?
Yeah.
That's enough of that. But now you're raping children with animals. What's the next step?
Yeah. How much more debaucherous can you fucking go?
I'm trying to figure it out. I mean, the torture methods the Vatican had were horrible, too. So, I don't know. This is... Michael the Archangel stands up and that's it.
Good. I hope he does.
Okay, that's the deal. Because that's when the war comes. That he stands up and that's the fucking end. That's that.
No, God is given the the Muslim community, I think they call it the Dula. No, the Sumna. That's how you say community in Arabic is Sumna. You're right. It's Ummah. Yeah, it's Ummah.
Look at that. I'm learning too.
There you go. No, God has given them the divine right and authority to protect the Palestinian people because this is enough. And if we get bombed from it, we absolutely deserve it as a nation to be bombed over this stuff. I understand why the world would do such a thing to us. We deserve it. After all the shit the United States have done to the world over the years, we deserve it. We really do.
No, I'm pretty and everything, but I don't feel like this being on me right now.
Yeah, it's just like...
I just don't.
Yeah.
Thank you.
No, I understand, Boo. It's just too much at this point of... Like... The United States needs to step in and hold Bibi Netanyahu accountable and put him under arrest because the United States are the only ones who have the capability to be able to do that.
Yep, and then you follow that up with Biden. Because
yes, and put handcuffs on Biden too, because and Kamala Harris.
The whole government is complicit by funding.
Yep.
The whole government.
Yep, we're gonna have to start over again.
Mm-hmm.
But that's okay.
That's your great reset, right there.
Yep. That's okay. We can start over again as a country.
We have to, because the entire government is guilty of genocide. The entire government of America, by funding this, is guilty of war crimes and genocide.
Yep.
That's it. There's no debating that.
Yep.
None. Because we can't claw back the money. We gave it already.
No.
That's it.
No.
That's your reset. The whole government.
I guarantee you ain't getting any more weapons now, BB.
Mm-mm.
After this shit has come out.
Mm-mm. 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 Unless Biden will just pull a Dark Brandon and wink his eye and he gets even more
No,
guns and shit.
I hope Vladimir Putin actually threatens the United States. As if you provide any more weapons to the state of Israel, we will attack your states.
At this point,
it's fair.
We are aiding and abetting war crimes.
Yes.
That's it.
Mm-hmm.
We turned into the Nazi regime.
Yes.
And we kind of always were it, but yeah.
It's fair.
You have to have patriotism. You have to love your country. You have to support your troops. Sir, no, sir. Not when it's genocide.
Yeah.
That's it.
The U.S. military has every authority right now to stand up and hold Joe Biden accountable for his war crimes, and every elected public official under Apex.
All of them.
All of them. The U.S. military has the authority to be able to take out terrorists, foreign and domestic.
Domestic, thank you. Correct. That's time. It's time to arrest all the leadership of this country because of the complicity in war crimes.
And the United States military needs to stand up and do their fucking job.
It's time to do it, guys. Are you gonna stand by and let your genocidal, disgusting government exist?
Are you gonna continue doing war crimes for this disgusting genocidal government? Or are you finally going to stand up and protect the United States citizens from this garbage government and its system?
What about my family? What about my wife? I gotta get my education. I have kids to feed.
We get rid of the government, we'll be able to do it better. Because they are the ones putting the roadblocks.
Mm-hmm.
Jason, is there a specific scripture you could recommend to help with all the anxiety this is all causing?
Anxiety.
Something to help with peace of mind.
Oh, man. That's the Psalms. You're going to be going to Psalms for that. For peace of mind? Yeah.
Psalm 7. Or Psalms 20. Psalms 21.
And Proverbs and Ecclesiastes is good for that too.
Yeah.
Because at the end of the day, it is all God's shit. We just got to go through it. It's very rough. You just got to pray through it and go through it. But yeah.
This is the great tribulation, guys. Jesus Christ promised you, you will have tribulation.
No weapon will prosper.
This whole thing that's going on right now is a great test on every man's spirit.
Yeah.
Are you going to stand with people just because they tell you to? Or are you going to stand with God instead?
That's it.
I stand with God. This is wrong.
Amen.
It's beyond evil. I can't, no. And I refuse to stand next to Israel.
And if you say guilt by association isn't guilt, I got news for you. Every single Nazi soldier said we were just doing our jobs. That's not an excuse. When you see genocide, war crimes, period, you need to leave and say this is happening. None of the Nazis got off for the reason of saying I was doing my job. That's not a defense when it comes to crimes against humanity. That's not a defense.
I mean, good thing we have the internet. All of us could come together and figure out a way how to put ourselves back together after these governments are gone. But we need to get rid of them because of what they're doing to other people. Because if we don't stick up for the people of this world right now, for what they're doing to these people, they're going to come to us next and do it to us too. Do
you remember an Attack of the Clones? I think it's Attack of the Clones at the end, right? When Order 76 or whatever it's called gets put out and all the Jedi are slaughtered. Did you cheer for the slaughtering the Jedi? No. You were horrified by every murder of them. Mace Windu got murdered. All of them got murdered.
All the little ones.
So the Padawans. Fucking Anakin went in and slaughtered the Padawans. Exactly. Were you cheering for Anakin when he turned into Vader? No. You cheered for Obi-Wan that stayed with the light side and said, fuck Vader. So how can you be on the side of Israel? Period. That's there's no question.
Or the side of Trump or Biden.
Or Biden, Trump, any of it. Yeah.
Or any of our elected officials that are under APAC.
NATO allies, every government is complicit.
We have the authority and the right by God to stand up against our governments when they go tyrannous.
Yeah.
And yes, the tyranny of men is paid by the blood of men.
Mm-hmm. Sometimes the tree of liberty must be watered with the blood of patriots. And guess what? A patriot right now is anti their government. You know why? Because they're satanic genociders.
And they don't care about the people.
At all.
How long are we going to let our governments of this world destroy our world and our lands and our ability to live?
Hey, folks, Joe here. I got your gas down 20 cents a gallon. You're going to vote for me, right, folks?
Nope.
You sack of shit. Absolutely.
Go to jail.
Oh, sure. Let's give them a little treat. 20 cents off their gas when it was $4 a gallon. That's awesome. Thanks, Joe. Fucking sack of shit.
Go to jail, Joe.
Let's put down the prices right at summertime so that people remember that Joe Biden put down the gas prices for people and vote for him.
No. I ain't voting for anyone. Fuck you, U.S. government. I denounce my citizenship.
It's gross.
I want nothing to do with you after knowing what you've helped do.
You don't want to denounce your citizenship because you won't get food stamps anymore. You don't want to do that yet. Not yet.
Ugh.
But you get sued someday. So
Hey, Vlad Putin, can I go to your country?
Wait.
I don't like how immoral it is here.
I mean, Putin kills his political rivals.
No, I probably at this point would probably feel better being like in Kuwait or Lebanon or like Yemen or like a country that's Arab stated. Because I'll be honest, I don't trust you Europeans and you converted fake Jew Europeans. I don't trust you guys. There's something wrong with your brain. You're not a moral people. You're not. No. I mean, America's society is trash anyway. It's so full of violent ideology and sexual ideology, and it's done nothing but ruin other people's lives. No good happened from hypersexuality or epitomes of violent action. No. I mean, they call it helly weird for a reason. And they're part of the system as well, because they are the ones who mentally manipulate us and give us our MK Ultra programming. Yeah, America has zero morals. I don't want anything to do with this country at this point. Like, I'm so traumatized. And I feel like really lied to. You know what my highlight of the day though was? It was I started Google images of the Mohican people. Now there isn't much. Our culture has been pretty ruined and destroyed. But boy, do Mohicans look like me.
Yeah.
You know, it's very beautiful when you look back to your families. And then realize what colonialism has done to your families. Like, colonialism, what it did to my Irish side. Or, like, even, like, looking at the history of my Italian side, they were going against the papacy. They were trying to get freedom from their control. A lot of them died because of that, but there's still plenty of my family. I'm just done after this. Just done. Like this world, I just, like, you really need to, like, people need to prepare themselves to meet their maker, because Jesus Christ is coming back. We're in the tribulation period, no doubt.
The Great Tribulation.
Yeah, the Great Tribulation.
There's no doubt.
A lot of the scriptures in Matthew 24 have already passed. So, like, it's time. It's time to look up and realize that redemption draws nigh. And do not fear the things to come, for the things to come upon this world were put in the history line for a purpose. God right now is about to make an incredible move for all of humanity and save us from this plight. Because it is a plight. Because this world, it wasn't made for us. This world was only a testing ground and a battleground so our souls could be developed and we would know the knowledge of good and evil. That's our whole purpose in this world, is to get that knowledge. And while we're getting the knowledge of good and evil by experiencing it, we also at the same time are given such divine grace and mercy to experience joy and love and peace. But the evil ones, they have gotten to a point of evil in such a large amount that there has to be order to the system. And in order to bring balance and order back, the evil ones must be removed from this world. And God is going to remove the evil ones from this world. Now, if you look at the scripture of the wheat and tares, please remember that it's the tares that are gathered up first and burnt in the fire. So before we're gathered together to Christ, we are going to see the evil ones go down by fire. Are you ready for that? Because that's really close at this point. In all my years of studying biblical prophecy and absorbing myself in the scriptures since I was 4 years old. So 36 years of reading the Bible. 36 years I have of experience in that book, of researching. I want people to stay safe, stay prayed up, make sure you're carrying your oil at all times. Try not to fight with people. You don't want Jesus to catch you fighting with your fellow man. Remember, it is said that the meek shall inherit the earth. So be still, stand down, and pray, and know that God is with you every step of the way. Peace and Maranatha.